Yo, what is good? Welcome.
Took a second for him to unmute. I was gonna start talking, but it does no good if you can't hear me.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for joining us today.
Yeah, welcome everyone in the live chat. If you're listening to this on podcast format later, this is Married with Issues Live, issue 69.
Yes, indeed. Thank you so much, Sean, for being here. We truly appreciate it. It was so good watching your show earlier today. Having Great Legend and Seawood.
Oh,
it was
yeah.
a good show.
Yeah.
It was a really good show.
Yeah,
I was working during part of it because I just had to get other stuff done, but it was still, yeah.
Yeah, I had an epic panel once again.
Yes, as always. Knocking them out of the park. Hey, Werewolf by Lunchtime. Thanks for joining us. Good to see you. Oh, that was one other thing that we were thinking last week is we're going to change the time for our show to always be at 5 instead of 4. That way it gives us a little more time to prep, and hopefully we won't still be late when we're on at 5, even though we were today.
Yeah, just because
in progress.
Yeah, just because especially with how Saturday being our, our day when we go to the LCS and stuff, so.
That too. Which I didn't get too big of a stack, actually. See, I kind of, it's not a thick stack, but it's a stack.
Yeah, we had a pretty good hunt today. And we got, his and her hunt, comic book hunt returns this week, so after taking a couple weeks off. And then later we're going to get into some solicitation news. There's actually a series that...
Background music is loud.
That you and I had been waiting for.
He's a work in progress.
Oh, sorry about that.
You're a work in progress, man. It's okay. I accept you just the way you are.
Well, yeah, because what our monitor is, what we're monitoring to is a little different than the actual output to the stream.
Technological stuff that it just goes in one ear and out the other.
Yeah.
I know
you
the basics,
definitely don't.
That's only by repetition.
Yeah, because you don't pay that much attention to a lot of that other stuff.
There's a lot of stuff I don't really pay all that much attention to, but it's not necessarily that I don't pay attention to it. It's that the voices get distracting.
Right.
I'm not trying to ignore people and not listen, but I mean the voices, man.
Hey, Ruben
They're always
Guzman.
gonna be there. Hey, thanks for joining us. Good to see you. I was gonna say something else, and now I can't remember what it was.
Can't remember what it was.
Yeah, no, it was right before. What was I gonna say? I can't think of it now.
I don't know.
Maybe I'll remember.
Maybe. Yeah, we'll have to see. But yeah, so yeah, a series that me and you had been looking forward to this year, but then was canceled earlier in the year, but finally got solicited. That we'll get into later. But yeah, we can get into.
I don't know if it's gonna come back to me.
I doubt it. But we can get into the his and her for this week.
At this point, I doubt it too.
Right.
Cowabunga! Good to see you. Thanks so much for joining us. There was something, and it's like on the tip of my tongue. Like I was gonna say something, and I don't think it's gonna come back.
No.
I think it derailed.
Gone.
Yes, indeed. But yeah, so what was it that you were going? Oh yeah, see, his stack is so much bigger than mine, but it's quality over quantity.
Actually, something in here.
That's what I was gonna say.
Oh my God.
Aha! I did remember. Was some stuff that I put in the hold is a 4-issue mini where it had 1, 2, 3, and 4 of a really good series, and I'm excited to get it out next week or the week after. So
yeah,
that's what it was. It's gonna because there's a 4-issue miniseries and then one other book that I kept in the hold because I found them last minute after we already reached our budget, and I'm like, I want to get these. I don't want to lose them, and so we put them in the hold.
Yeah, because a couple of things that you found right there at the end that we put in the hold were really solid finds for you that you found.
They were solid finds. Yeah, Sean was saying got me getting Green Arrow books now after hunting for a few months back.
I was
noticed
noticing that.
Yeah, when you were doing your show earlier, I was like, hey, he has even more. I thought that was awesome.
Yeah, we definitely took note of that.
He's good stuff. I love Green Arrow. There's Comic Geeks McD. Yeah, McD has been tagging me in the foil covers. And so the other day I pulled out not all of them, but I pulled out a majority of the foil covers. And so it's funny that you bring that up because we still have the Green Arrow foil cover. But yeah, I just thought it was kind of funny. But yeah, no, we noticed that you were getting books too. I was like, oh, awesome.
I know. How does he's another character that's in a desperate need of an ongoing series right now.
Well, he ended at 50, and the way that they ended it, he might still be able to come back.
Well,
Hey,
yeah,
Comic
he's
Geek
still
McD.
around.
I was just speaking of you. Were your ears burning?
Hey, McD, brother. Yeah, like they, it's, I don't know. I was actually thinking of this the other day. There's actually a few characters I can think of that definitely need an ongoing series. And there's a couple that is going to be coming up.
I honestly think that Mike Gorell is a little underrated artist.
Oh, he is.
His whole 80 issues that he did on Green Arrow is just so good, and I think he's underrated.
Yeah, speaking of Grow, I think you actually have some Grow goodness that I found for you today.
Yes, he did. He found me a few things.
Yeah. But so
He had
actually,
a bigger stack, so you should probably
yeah. So the first thing I'm going to show right here. Okay, this isn't it, but the last thing I'll show though is something that I first talked about a few weeks ago. Remember that I found?
Oh yeah, saving the best for last.
That we'll get to. But this was actually on the our LCS on the way out. There's like a counter, or there's like a rack with like a bunch of like the promo flyers, for series and just like a lot of like freebie stuff.
Where it's like the invitations to the wedding of Cat and Bat, but it didn't happen, and like posters. There's been a few posters.
Yeah, like promotion.
from there.
Yeah, like posters.
There's
even issues sometimes. Sometimes there's books thrown in there, and that's what is leading me to this.
That's what I was gonna say.
Because they had a bunch of wizards in there.
That's what I was gonna say. That's where I got one of my ASMs from.
Oh yeah.
The one with She-Hulk. I think it's ASM, or it might be Web of.
There was a couple different times there was some Spider-Man series in there. Yeah, just sitting like on the freebie rack.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
Sometimes
it
they
was
throw
ASM,
in
not
there.
Web of.
So yeah, this is Wizard 50 from 1995, and it's a homage to to that classic Spider-Man cover. So this for free, I thought was pretty dope.
Yeah. You see, and I already read that Green Arrow 80 issue because I was back and boarding them and like going over them and cataloging them, and the next thing I knew, I read it. I'm like, oh, okay, some spoilers, but I'm excited to go back and read even more. Mm-hmm. And then this one, I really enjoyed the first issue a little more than I was going to, and I had posted it on Instagram how I could be a little biased because of what it is, but I am super excited to get this read in, and it's The Dreaming Waking Hours.
Oh, I didn't notice that. So yeah, that finally. That's number 2.
Yeah, this is number 2. I read issue 1, and I liked it more than I thought I was going to. Because I may be biased when it comes to the Sandman Universe books, but The Dreaming issue 1 was really good. That I'm super stoked to read this one because that last one left on a cliffhanger, oh wait, what? There's. Yeah, so I'm excited to read this one, and I just love that cover. I mean, like, it's so Halloween kind of themed, like with the boogeyman or like the sound.
Yeah, that's a good point.
I haven't read it yet, so I can't tell you who this guy is, but it's still really cool.
Yeah, Werewolf by Lunchtime says check the price guide. That should be interesting. In that Wizard back from 1995, they would have the price guides. Actually, on the way home, I was just flipping through it, and sure enough, it also kind of pertains to my amazing find.
Yes.
But yeah, sure enough, the one that I do grab, it has a big article on Todd McFarlane in it.
Oh, okay. You're not a tease no more. Now you said McFarlane.
It could be anything McFarlane.
He can be a tease, guys. He can be a tease.
All right, so here's here's some of the more newer books. Here's Batman and the Adventures Continue number 4. I have read issue 1, but I still need issue 2 for whatever we missed it that week, and it's sold out at our LCS. And I told them they put me down to order one, but I don't know if they've done another printing or I'm not sure.
There's one that I left Family Tree in the hold because what's in the hold is 7 and 8, and I need 6. Hey, McD, since you've been tagging me in all of those foil covers, I ended up grabbing a bunch of them out, And so I have like them all over here. I don't know if you saw me do the Green Arrow one, but yeah, it's how you've been getting me for those foil covers. And there's like finding out that we had a lot more than I thought we did.
Oh,
I don't
speaking
know
of
if you
which,
missed that part or not, or if you were already in here.
there's a Spawn
So I thought I'd
309.
bring it up again. Those Spawn covers are just like killing it every time. They're gorgeous.
Of course they are. Alright, here's a Superman 25. This one's actually a exercise anniversary issue. Oh, and speaking of which, there was some news on this. I guess it just came out in DC solicitations, their December solicitations, that Bendis's Superman and Action Run is going to be ending in December, it looks like.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm super stoked for the Tom King Batman Catwoman.
That's what we're going to be getting into later. Here's Horizon Zero Dawn #2.
You're just rushing through yours. I mean, like, you had more than me, but not that many more. I mean, come on.
I know.
Sharing is caring.
Come on.
This is another one I'm super stoked to read again. Well, not read again. I haven't read it yet, but to continue reading is what I meant. I've really been liking Something's Killing the Children.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
been
Now
really
that
good.
now that I finally started reading it,
Yeah, and
that's one I look forward to. Yeah, every month now.
And we're on issue 10, and it's beautiful.
I kind of wonder about that cover though.
Yeah, same. The cover itself. Something is killing the children. Oh no! But there was another book that I wanted to get. I saw the solicitations for Inkblot, and I was really hoping that our LCS would have it, but they didn't. Because I've been hearing good things, and it was one that I wanted to check out, but when we got there, I looked like all over, and I couldn't find it, and it wasn't in the hold, so...
Yeah, here's the Bounty Hunters.
I'll have to try and get Inkblot a different way somehow.
Bounty Hunters 3 and 4.
Yes.
I had to catch up on that one.
You gotta catch up on so much more than me.
Well, because we'll also remember, like we said too, we skipped the his and her hunt for a couple weeks so that we can have this one a bigger one.
This is true.
So I've been getting this Captain America run in trade, and I recently did a pressing issues that this run is grossly underrated. So I kind of get the singles just every now and then when there's a dope cover, and then I've been getting it and reading it in the trade. But yeah, there's Cap 21.
Those covers have
21.
been killer though. They're like super killer.
This Alex Ross, I love this one.
Well, even the Thor books that you were catching up on the other night too is like, okay, wash your hands before you touch it, because of how hot those books have gotten. But
yeah, I know one of them's like a $70 book right now.
That Thor series though has been so good.
Yeah,
it's been really good.
You still need to read #6.
Yeah, just the last one.
Which is the last one of that opening arc.
Yeah. So I'm gonna get to it, but then I really love this cover. It is very dark, but I love this series. It is so good. It is, as it's been said before, really dense, and it has a lot going on almost all the time in it, but it's the first book I picked up on my own when we first got back into collecting. And
the very first time.
Mm-hmm, the very, very first time is when I discovered Monstrous, and I've just been in love with it ever since. I've been always getting it, and so now here we are on issue 30. I'm actually currently trying to get issue 1 through 6, or 8 and 7 to 10, 13. I need to double check, but I want to get Monstrous 1 through 6 in single issues, and then I think I have 7, and I think I need 8 and 9, and then I'm not sure if 10, 11, 12. I need to double check. But yeah, those are.
I know definitely like the first 6. I mean, because I got you number 1 slabbed.
Downright had sent me some, so I'm just trying to remember what numbers those were, because some of them were below 13, and prior the lowest I had was 13.
Mm-hmm.
So.
That's right.
Somewhat, but yeah, it's just gonna be on my hunt list. Is getting the single issues of those, because I love that series. It's so incredible.
So here's a Spawn 301. If I remember right, I think this might have been the variant. Is this the same one as the Virgin variant, or is it different? Because remember, there was that Philip Tan Virgin variant that our LCS.
That's an excellent question that I do not know the answer to.
Yeah, this almost seems like very similar. It seems like it might be the same cover, but just with a trade dress. I don't know, because it's tripping me out. I need to check the other one.
You might just be tripping. I'm thinking of something else.
It's quite possible.
Just bought the History of EC hardcover, 220 book. I love reading the history of comics. That's wow. That's so awesome. Congratulations.
Speaking of EC, I guess I'll skip to one of my older issues that I found today.
Well, and it's funny that even you say that because
the History of EC hardcover. I've been looking at that.
Triple Threat.
Yeah.
You want to know the next one I was going to show?
Yeah.
That is even more history. It was Free Comic Book Day, and I was so excited to get this one, The Epic Life of the King of Comics. I was so excited to get this one. I can't wait to read it. I love reading the history of comics too, though. It's such an interesting story to, dig deeper into and discover. And history itself should always be remembered. Especially when it pertains to Jack Kirby. Oh, God, especially when it pertains to Jack Kirby. They had the hardcover of this book that came out, so this is probably just like a filler short story type thing.
There was like a hardcover of that?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. So I figure not everything. I figure that just a little bit of what's in the hardcover is what's in the Free Comic Book Day. But I love even the art on that, where it just has him just like sitting at his notorious little slanted table from where he would draw.
Yeah.
I could have sworn I saw it in the heart. Did I hurt your brain? You looked really confused there for a second.
I did?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know.
Well,
I thought you looked confused.
I don't know. Yeah, no, I don't know. It could have been a multitude of different things.
It could be like your mean mug. I swear he has, most chicks, some chicks do have resting face all the time, and I sometimes do, but it's not very often. But I swear to you, he will get the meanest mugs on his face, and I'll think he's pissed, and he's just no, just
resting face.
Fine, yeah. I mean, we've been together now 7 years, and what was the first 2 years until I finally realized that no, he's telling the truth. He's not mad about anything. He's just looks pissed. It happens to some of us, and I'm like, oh, well, I still love him. Yeah,
you never believed me too.
Well, it's kind of like you didn't believe me in the beginning on a few things, where it's no, legit. And then
based off my past, I had good.
Well, we had got it sorted out by year 3. The third year to get it 13. By 16, we had it pretty figured out.
So here's cable number 4.
The King, indeed.
That one's got a pretty dope trade dress on it. The cable logo up top.
I don't think so though, because in your live shows and everything, you look so happy, you're where you want to be.
Oh yeah. Puff says they say the same about me. I've never thought that. I've never thought that with him. I don't think.
No, I don't.
But I mean, there's times
maybe.
There's times when I'm either watching our show or I see pictures of me when I just have and I get what you mean. There's sometimes I'm like, holy cow, I look so pissed off.
Back in junior high and high school, there was one kid. Sometime he was damn, if looks could kill. I'm like, what the hell are you talking about? If looks can kill, I'm not even thinking anything. I'm just walking down the hallway.
Right.
Happens to the best of us. It's kind of funny though.
Wait, when I get caught up on this series and getting around to read the issues that this artist started doing the covers, it's gonna be really hard. I might have to, get him in trade or I don't know, something. But Lucio Perillo's Vampirella covers as of late.
Those covers have been fire. I love how that skull has horns and she's just sitting there with its bones.
Mm-hmm.
It's beautiful.
I hadn't even seen this one.
Oh, hey! So we've been on for about 20 minutes. After us, in 30 minutes, is going to be Jester Rican with his show Coast to Coast Comics. If you don't already know, now you know. That's probably where we're going to be after this. Just thought I'd shout that out because I just got the alert. And I learned something new this morning when I woke up in enough time to catch John's show with John's Comics with Kids, is that they're no longer advertising live shows. So they're still, you get the notification and you can look through your feed, but after the stream is ended, it's delayed by an entire day, and it's weird.
Which I had been noticing
timing,
that.
Yeah, the timing on how he had explained it on his show this morning made sense, because last night, on a Friday night, I'm thinking, oh, who's on YouTube, who's live? It's a Friday night. Someone I'm subscribed to's got to be on. And then there was none. And then there was a few that I was like looking through. I'm like, but I could have sworn there was one here. And I'd go to the page and it just wasn't showing the video. And so it's like the next day, this morning, is when John had explained it. I'm like, that makes sense. I don't like that change.
Yeah, I don't either. I mean,
I don't like it.
YouTube has never really been one to really throw a lot behind live streaming.
Oh, I'm going to definitely have to ask Hialeah. I can't pronounce words.
I mean, even though that they kind of have put some stuff behind it recently, but I think what a lot of it, the reason for it now is I think they kind of try and
monetize
try and monitor, like the information that's being put out there, kind of like how Facebook does now with like fact checking and stuff, so I mean, we're definitely not going to go down that road, but you know what I mean.
We're not going to go
I'm willing
as
to
bad
bet
as
it has
Nixon.
something to do with along those lines.
We're not going to go as bad as Nixon. Yeah, I'm definitely going to have to ask Kylie about that. Or I'm going to have to check your live stream. Well, the guy watch your live streams, but I think maybe when you've been on like a big panel with people. I think maybe I have seen it before. You know who else makes faces? Garrel. Mr. Garrel. He always makes some of the weirdest faces, and I love it. Like Barbarian and Garrel were really fun to watch, but like, some of the faces Garrel gets is just great. I think maybe I have seen it. Maybe. Because I want to say that there's a chance. There's a chance. I'm going to keep an eye out for it now, though. And then I got this one. I think it's still the same first story that was in her other Free Comic Book Day. But I love this cover. And I love Lady Mechanica.
I know. I love Lady Mechanica. It's one of my favorite indie titles.
It's just so pretty.
And the issue that's in that Free Comic Book Day is such a really good one, because I mean that's actually the first Lady Mechanica story I had read was that one.
It's such a good story, and then the little
right
guy's
off the bat,
name is Icky, and it's like, who would name you Icky? And then it was
I know it's sad, yeah. And honestly that scene right there at the beginning probably is what really, I mean initially what brought me in obviously is just the art. Like Joe Benitez's art is incredible in it. The design,
she has red eyes.
The steampunk, yeah. And then you get into the backstory and how she's kind of almost like a Jason Bourne kind of character, in where she's like amnesiac and she doesn't remember her own, origin or backstory.
Her own past. And
so you're kind of learning that with her throughout the many different miniseries, because how this book seems to be released is kind of like little spurts of 3 to 6 issue miniseries here and there.
That's what I love about her series, is it's like you're discovering her origin with her. Exactly. And that's I love the mystery of it. Mr. Garrel is hilarious. I try to catch them while at work, but if I'm busy now in the beginning of my shift, yeah, he is.
I know those.
He makes so many great
love
faces.
Those too. Here's X-Men 11.
Oh, and we watched Matt's room tour at his new place, which was a really good video.
Yeah, the boy who had 7 did that. Yeah, definitely gotta check that out.
Yeah, he got some good stuff up there. I just remembered that. And then this one we almost got last week or 2 weeks ago, but we didn't because we were also getting other stuff. It is just an annual, but it's been so good that I had to get it. One More Day. And the D's like a Daredevil D.
Oh yeah, so yeah, there's the Daredevil annual, and it's by Zdarsky, isn't it?
I think so, yes, it is. Or there's
okay, but yeah, so
names.
Yeah, it looks like Chip Zdarsky's the first name. So it is still by kind of like the regular writer, because sometimes series for the annual
they do like a
they
special
have like
guest.
like a different creative team will come in for the annual.
I'm trying to see it better that way. I think Daredevil is just so good. And I got put on the spotlight because with my work, we just switched teams and I'm on a new team. And they're like, okay, introduce yourselves. And I'm like, I don't know what to say. I don't know. And then I was like, oh, well, I love that me and my husband collect and read comics, and they're like, oh, who are your favorite characters? I was like, well, Daredevil's been really good right now. And this other kid was like, well, not kid, but this other coworker had said something along the lines that Daredevil is the only one that has been able to see or read his own comic. And because it was over like the team's chat, it was like kind of hard to hear, so I didn't understand what he said at first, and then it made sense. And I'm like, I promise you, I'm not that big of an airhead, but it just, I couldn't hear what you initially said when, so
Yeah.
I don't know where I was going with that, but it is what it is.
So yeah, I've been trying to catch up on all the X books so I can eventually make it to this series because I haven't started it yet. But here's Wolverine number 5, so from the current series. Werewolf by Lunchtime asks, have you guys read Born Again? Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, we do have it in trade.
Mm-hmm.
I have been needing to read it again though. It's kind of been a little bit. That one in Kevin Smith's Guardian Devil is.
I love Kevin Smith's Guardian Devil. It's so good, and his Kevin Smith Green Arrow Quiver is really good. I love it. This one I thought I had dropped, but I guess when I checked the app, we did still have it. That's what we forgot to do. Get the CLZ app.
Oh shoot! I forgot.
Oh sheet.
Boo sheet.
Oh sheet.
I think I forgot to tell him about the Jim Lee variant.
We're sending him an
to
email.
Bat and Cat. I need to email him right now.
And then on
I can't right now.
On the 22nd, we'll get CLZ and move it all over.
Yeah, we do need to get CLZ.
You can write it on the little droid sticky note, Star Wars Funko.
I didn't even bring my notes in. What?
That's so funny. You didn't even bring your notes in. When you're like, you always prep so much. You always get so prepared and always have like all this stuff like lined up and ready to go. And then I just didn't even realize that you didn't even have your cards in here. That you just left them out there. I just find that hilarious. But yeah, so this is one that I thought we had dropped because I'm behind on it. But then, lo and behold, I wasn't when I checked the app while we were there. So I decided to get it because I'm kind of a completionist. And I did really enjoy what I had read so far. So I'm still like interested to see what's going on. I just need to catch up. But yeah, so I got Die.
What one's that? Die 13?
Yeah, it was 13. Because I thought that we didn't have, like, I thought we stopped getting them at, like, 8 or 9. And then when I checked the app, it was that we actually had them. And I'm like, oh, huh.
Yeah, I don't know when we would have gotten those. Cause
Probably
I
just random times throughout, like, when I'm getting my books, like, oh, yeah, I'll get that one out. And then I forget.
Week to week, yeah.
I'm my own worst enemy, guys. I will forget that I did something. And then I'll freak out and be mad. And then I'll realize I already did it and it's fine. And I'm like, oh, duh, yeah, that was me. I have like a moment of clarity of like, wait, yeah, I did do that.
Yeah, I have that too.
Which is what makes Soldier here the real MVP. I swear, I don't know how he puts up with me some days.
I need to get caught up on the last couple issues of this. So here's Batman 98.
Jeez. And then I only got 4 more to go. Oh, yeah, okay.
All right, you got X-Force number 12.
I also ramble a lot.
Marauders 12. So yeah, a lot more of these X books that I'm trying to get caught up on. Piling up.
Piling. And then the Time Lord Victorious, Doctor Who, with the 10th Doctor, so I'm super stoked.
Alright, yeah, so I have 4 books here, but it's actually only 2 different books. So in our quarter bin,
yes,
I found this that I got a couple of. I mean Doctor Doom, so yeah, caught this in the Doctor bin. It's Invincible Iron Man number 11. And then Fantastic Four. Looks like it's from the Marvel Knights imprint one, but yeah, number 17. So yeah, a couple Doom covers for a quarter. Woo. Yeah, so I had to get a couple copies of that because I'm sure we'll do something with those.
And then this is a facsimile that I had to get. Correct me if we're wrong. Is this the first appearance of Hal Jordan?
I'm pretty sure it is. I had meant to look it up, but I'm pretty sure
we were gonna
that
look
was
it up, but I figured while we were live, maybe somebody in the chat knows, because I'm pretty sure. But this was the last one that our LCS had, and we've been meaning to pick it up for a while now. That today I was just like, yeah, you know what? I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna snag it.
I know. I had meant to get it the last time we were there, so a couple weeks ago.
And I'm glad that it was still there and we got it today.
Because I remember for a while, it's just been the only one just sitting there.
Yeah. And then this is a really good one that he had found and had found for me while we were there, that I was just like, yeah, no, we don't have that one. We have to get it. Because I am still collecting these series where I love it. Team Up. Green Lantern, Green Arrow. This one is 104, May.
Wow, that delay is like way far back.
Yeah, it is. I was kind of counting it down with the countdown and when we started the show just to see how many seconds it was behind, but it's a delay. I don't know.
Yeah, I wonder if that has made it like farther back or not.
Maybe.
I don't know.
Yeah, see, so we got Green Lantern, Green Arrow that he found for me today. I love this cover. I love getting the Green Lantern, Green Arrow books. They're some of my favorites.
There's that's the Mike Grell one I was telling you about.
Yeah. Yeah. That you had said at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
And then this is in really good condition for what it is.
I'm stoked on this. This one has kind of been in the hold for a little while.
I am so happy we finally have this book.
Yeah.
And we got it for a really good deal.
Yeah, it's a key, and it's in killer condition too.
Have we bought any toys lately? Not recently. We've been seeing more.
No, I think the last toy we got was probably this.
Or was it the one that was in the hold at Bolts? Didn't you get like a Dr. Doom one? Or maybe that's a different one.
This one we actually unboxed on the show, but yeah, so this statue, the cap with Milner we got.
I think that's the most recent one then.
Speaking of which, something pertaining to this is on the way that's going to be really awesome that I've been looking for
Ray
for
Ray
a
D,
very
thanks for joining
long time.
us. Good to see you.
Yo, Ray Ray.
So this one we got for a really good deal, and I'm really glad that we finally have it. It is some goodness gracious Daredevil. Where Page...
Karen Page learns his identity.
Karen Page learns his identity. And, like, look at how good a condition that's in. Like...
And there was, like, another one that we were going to get with it. It was Daredevil 23. That was in maybe even slightly better condition.
Yeah. But, like, it has, like... It's just still...
Like, it looks really good for, an old 15 center.
Yeah. And the staple placement, maybe. But, yeah. It's in really good condition, and we've been trying to get it out for a while, that today it was like, okay, we gotta get this one. I've wanted this key for a while. And it's been in the hold for, like, at least 2 months now.
Yeah, it was kind of sitting there for a little while.
Yeah. I've been wanting this book for so long that I am so glad we finally got it. And we got it for a good deal. The Mist of Life.
Oh yeah, also speaking to Werewolf by Lunchtime's question, have you bought any toys lately? There's definitely some that we are going to be like hopefully picking up recently, because I am definitely hunting some. The new McFarlane toys, Grim Knight.
Oh, that's right.
That one I'm really looking forward.
There was
a couple others. Me and McD was talking the other night about it, and
there was one on Instagram that Todd McFarlane himself.
Yeah, what was?
But it wasn't Batman.
Well, one of them was the Grim Knight. It was the Batman one with all the guns, but then.
I could have sworn there was another one though where.
But the ones that you were showing me, it was stuff that's coming down the line. Yeah, it's stuff that's not quite out yet. But what was it?
It wasn't Bombshells.
No, and it wasn't the Azrael one, because the Azrael one has been out.
And I know they're doing the Michelle Pfeiffer Catwoman pop that I'm gonna want to get.
Right, which I did email our LCS about.
I think so. That's an excellent question. That
I can't
Daredevil
remember.
is beautiful. Love that cover, right? I know. I love it so much. And I'm so glad we finally have it. Because it's... I think... Was it you that found it, or was it me that...
I think I had.
I think you might have. But yeah, it's in really good condition for what it is. And
I've always loved that cover.
Daredevil is some good stuff.
All right, so this one I am finally stoked to... We finally got out of the hold. So it was like what, like maybe 3 weeks back?
At least. maybe a month.
I was just gonna save it, not say anything, and save it for the surprise for the following week. Because initially we were gonna get it out just the following week.
Yeah.
But it was just too much and just too awesome of a find. Like I said at that time about it, but
this is the one where they gave us the opportunity to look at the books before they even put them up behind the counter for sale. So it was really awesome that they, since we were there, they're like, oh, hey, you guys want to look through these real quick before we put them up? Yeah. And that's when he found it.
And going through this stack, I quickly realized like a lot of them were like indie signed books that were in top loaders. A lot of them were like Fathom and a lot like Michael Turner stuff and Witchblade and stuff like that.
There's some really good Witchblades in there.
It actually had like the
gorgeous.
first. It was the Witchblade that's the first appearance of the Darkness. I think they had that one in there signed. Yeah. And I almost got that one, but then as I'm going down the line, I see a familiar cover sticking out of the bottom, and then the very last one, and I'm like, ooh, hell yeah! Which anytime I come across this book, I get anyways. But this one especially.
If you remember.
Because it's actually signed by Todd McFarlane.
If you didn't know, now you know.
Now you know. Because, so A Sig from him is one of my grails. And I'm still holding out for one where I get it signed myself.
Yes.
And this one is a 9.8 candidate.
It is in really good shape.
But no cert, so CGC wouldn't get that gold label, but.
Yeah, no, this was the one that we were going to try and get one of D-Runk's labels, but he's not doing them now, right? Wasn't that it?
Yeah, last time we talked to him, I think he's not doing them like right now, I think.
Yeah, he's not currently doing them, but that was when we were going to have D-Runk do.
I just to find this like in the wild and just a random stack. They're like, here, you want to take a look at any of this?
It was the last one there too.
Yeah, and it was the very last book. And
he had even turned to me and was like, oh my god. I'm like, okay, I'm still going through my stuff. Hold on a second. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, you're getting it.
Yeah, you were like digging through like a long box. I'm like, no, like look, and you're like, yeah, hang on. I'm like, no, look, like.
Yeah, for real. It was when I was looking for the detective 569, and then the Batman.
Which I think, do you think we'll have those by next show?
Maybe. I need to check the tracking on them.
I think it was like Friday or something. So there's a chance. Yeah, we might have to double check everything, but I'm hoping by next week's show, all of them will be in because it's books that each of us have been vigorously hunting for in the wild. To no such luck yet, but so we just caved and did a eBay one because we found some killer deals of each one. Like, based off the pictures of the one that I got, I'm trying to word it without, like, kind of spoiling what book it is, but it was listed as, like, very, very fine near mint, and based off of, like, the images, it looks really good. But, yeah, to find this in the wild, it was insane. I mean, part of me is, like, I don't know, because how it's like the T. McFarlane instead of like the Todd McFarlane ones. So, but you do see that with his signatures every now and then.
I think he selected the old card when you did this.
I don't know, I'll have to look at it.
Yeah, I'll have to look at it later.
But yeah, how I was saying this is like a 9.8 candidate, but I don't know, there is like one teeny, like just ever so faint, like spine tick to where that might, it most likely might be like a 9.4 or 9.6 or so, but this one, since I didn't get it signed myself, I probably wouldn't really like slap this one unless, I don't know, it's just so hit or miss because obviously one of my grails is a Spawn 9.8 signature series.
Confused.
Yeah, me too.
Amazon, what did you do?
I don't know.
No, not what did you do? What did Amazon do?
I don't know. I can't look. I can't see it.
Alright, yeah. Sorry, I'm gonna have to look at that later. It's weird. It's
Yeah, I don't.
not what it should be.
Yeah, is that everything you showed?
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't mean to leave you solo there for a little bit. I just, yeah.
I need
What
to
is-
go grab my cars.
Okay. So, yeah, there's the distraction. We had ordered back some boards from Amazon, and yeah, I think it went on the wrong card though, because we have more than one card on file, and it didn't go through when it should. So I'll have to figure that out later. What is the oldest book we have? Did you answer that question?
Oh, the oldest book we have.
I know that one's pretty old. The Silver Age.
No, we do have a couple Golden Age.
Is it the Westerns
Yeah, I think.
or the Looney Tunes?
I think the Lone Ranger. One of the Lone Rangers was the oldest one. Because we only have that's probably our oldest DC one right there. That action right there.
Were this one older than that one? Yeah.
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 Yeah, because we don't have. I mean, we just barely recently got our first like Golden Age. But this one's like Lone Ranger from 1954, which these are like sentimental to me because like with my grandfather growing up with these, and used to watch it with him when I was little. And then this one is from 53. Wasn't one of those Looney Tunes from 52 though? One of those Looney Tunes might actually be older. Yeah, so and this one's the one from 1953. I love this cover right here with the train. Here, I don't want to drop that one. And stuff like this, like our LCS has for really good prices. Like, I mean, I think we literally got these for like $4 or $5. If that, yeah.
I'm still just curious as to what.
I don't know. But yeah, one of those Looney Tunes I think might have been from 52. So even then it's like late Golden Age, but yeah, you didn't hand me the action one, right?
No, I didn't. I can though. Yeah, I'm sorry guys. I'm just tripping over that Amazon thing because it's.
You might as well just figure it out or something though, because you're not gonna let it go. I know.
Well, no, I'll figure it out after the show. It's just because you know how we did in Amazon, because we did one order with Amazon and one on eBay. But it's showing that the one on Amazon it should only been like what $5-6. It's showing an order on Amazon for like $31, but we didn't order anything else for $31.
No.
That's what I'm so confused. I'm like.
I don't know. I'll look at it later.
Yeah. That's weird.
I know. I don't know.
Special, kind of special, yeah. Yeah.
But
yeah,
no, I mean, there's definitely like a lot of older stuff that I want to get into though. Like I love like old horror especially. Like I don't have that much of that stuff for how much I love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's an old 10-center action. That one's Kurt Swan from 1958. So early silver.
Yeah. I love this cover. It's like, I am Superman.
Yo, comic collector.
Hello. Thanks for joining us.
But yeah, I can't remember. I do think like some of those like Looney Tune, I think was maybe like 52.
I think so.
Technically might be our oldest then. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah, that was a really good question though, because I hadn't really thought about that in a while.
Yeah.
Since we like, because I remember, I think last time I thought like, what's the oldest book we have? I think it was that action. I think it was before we got some of those later Golden Age.
That's probably the oldest one I have. That's mine.
Which that one I think is in the like 60s, like early 60s.
I think so.
I mean, it's obviously Silver Age because it's her first silver appearance, but.
Yeah. It's beautiful, and I can't thank Kavi enough. I still can't believe he sent me that book. Like,
Right.
I need to get it sent over to DS to do his magic and then send to CGC.
Yeah.
It is so beautiful, though. Thank you again so much, Kavi, for gifting that to me. Like, I still couldn't believe it.
Yeah.
I love Kurt Swan, Jerry Seinfeld's favorite Superman artist.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. Agreed.
Yeah, I've always loved Kurt Swan too. We actually got some other Kurt Swan covers recently.
There's another thing I need to look into.
What?
I'll tell you later.
All right. I don't think I made banners to a lot of the like news stuff. Oh, this is like a topic for like a pressing issue.
We have been on for almost an hour, though.
No, I know. We're not going to be on too much longer.
Yeah.
This one, I really wanted to talk about
Yes.
this show, though. So
This one I'm super stoked for. I cannot wait for this series because it was supposed to, like he said earlier, come out before the pandemic, and then with everything that happened, it got delayed.
yeah, I think it was originally slated for like a January
I think so.
start, wasn't it?
I think it was.
It was like early this year, I remember.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, with the pandemic and everything, it just kept getting pushed
Got
back,
delayed.
and then it eventually got just outright canceled.
Mm-hmm.
Just
That too.
what was it? I can't remember the word they used, but I mean, it was under the pretense that they were going to make it eventually, but it was just canceled indefinitely or something, until further notice. But this is the one that I was just talking about. I need an email RLCS about the variant because there's a Jim Lee variant.
Yes.
That
it looks so good.
is killer. The Clayman A cover
Hey,
is dope
comic
too,
collector. Were you already in there?
though.
Thanks for joining us.
Yeah, I said hi to him a little bit back.
Sorry, I am my bed. I didn't get enough sleep last night.
Yeah, it was only a few minutes. Huh? But so yeah, Batman Catwoman finally gets release date. The Tom King Clayman series. It's going to be a 12-issue maxi series. Explores the past, present, and future of their iconic relationship. Issue number 1 drops December 1st. And like I said, Clayman is actually doing the interiors on it too, which he's a pretty good artist. Like I like his interiors and stuff. I think he did. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, that's who the artist on. Oh hell. Heroes in Crisis were. If I remember,
That art was incredible in there. Those.
if I remember, I think
It
it
was
was
so
Clayman,
good.
yeah, that did the interiors with him on it.
It was so good. So good.
Let's see, I don't think I did.
I think I needed more sleep.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, so I didn't really make like banners for like a lot of these other ones, but
Or it was like last night. I had taken pictures and I was doing posts and I was getting ready to post them, and then I fell asleep with my phone on them too.
so
story.
in other DC cancellations though, DC's plan to cut 20 to 25% of its line continues. They canceled Batman Beyond. And I think this came out with the December solicitations. It dropped around the same time as that, so I'm willing to bet it's probably like December might be the final one. And then, as I said earlier, Brian Michael Bendis' run on DC Superman and Action Comics titles will come to an end in December, according to the publishers just released December 2020 solicitations. And that also coincides with this other interesting news that dropped, that Mark Waid will be returning to the DC Universe in December. But this news was with Dark Knight's Death Metal, The Last Stories, so it's like a one-shot from the Dark Knight's Death Metal series.
There was a news that we didn't bring up last time when we forgot, and it wasn't until after a certain someone has
Yeah.
Robert Pattinson
Yeah, Robert Pattinson, yeah, when he was diagnosed with COVID,
with COVID, yeah.
putting the production of the Batman on hold, once again, like right after they just came back.
Yeah. That was the news that we were going to talk about last time, but then we forgot.
Yeah, I totally forgot to mention that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a bummer, especially after what seems like a really solid response from the trailer. I still need to write an article for our website about it, but we did kind of talk about it a couple weeks back.
I agree.
On the show, though.
There is a real delay
Let's see.
from like the YouTube to...
See, and I didn't hear about this one, so I guess there was talks of a Silk TV series that had started picking up recently.
That could be good.
So with talks of a Silk TV series heating up, the long-awaited ongoing series, which was announced back in February, is possibly picking up the pace to where we might be seeing that sooner or later. And we do have one of Silk's older runs in trade. I think we have it's 4 or 5 trades we have, which I did start reading it. I think I read most of the first book.
I think so. Yeah.
What?
No, sorry. I don't know what the hell fucking Amazon did.
Yeah. You're not going to let it go, so. I think that was all the news I had anyway, so.
We've been on for an hour. Time goes by fast.
Yeah. So I'm
Thank
just going to do this. Never mind.
No, what are you going to do?
No, I'm going to save it for next week, so I didn't really put a lot into it.
Okay. Rod the Rican just went live as well. If you want to go hop over in his
timing,
chat,
yeah.
coast to coast. He just went live. You'll probably see us in the chat there if it doesn't take too long to figure out what's going on with Amazon, because I got to sort that out. But yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in and for hanging out with us, and just always try to be nice but never fail to be kind. Thank you.
And last news real quick too though, our podcast is available on Apple Podcasts, formerly iTunes, so it is on Apple Podcasts now.
And we already mentioned that we're going to start doing it at 5 instead of 4.
Yeah, so and then so live every Saturday at 4 p.m. Pacific, 5 Mountain, 6 Eastern.
Vulcan
or 7 Eastern.
Vulcan Vogue.
All right. We love you guys. Be safe.
Have a
We'll
good
see you
weekend.
next week.
Thanks for joining us. Take care.